Well, the extra hour of daylight has arrived. Are you ready for tonight? I am. It's good. You know, as this video depicts, that we live at a pace, and as we talked about last week, kind of a weariness, a heaviness, a burden. And we have to ask the question, is this the life God created us to live? Or did he design us and is he redeeming us to experience life differently? So we're into this season of Lent after more than a month of kind of talking about it and messages preparing our hearts to take a journey. And really the end result of this journey is not just Easter Sunday, but it's not the destination. It's really the journey in and of itself. That's the goal, is that day in, day out throughout the process that we are desiring Jesus more. And so the question is, are you desiring Jesus more? Are you living each day differently right now in the Lenten season with a different focus as these cravings come over you, kind of redirecting them, or are you kind of living just like you normally do? A while back, a number of weeks ago, a little over a month ago, I asked you a question, and it was, how you doing? How you doing? And the answer I most often get now is not good, but busy. Everyone's so busy. The question we asked that Sunday was why? What is it we're chasing? What is it we're going after? Why are we in such a rush? Is everything we're doing and the pace we are living, is it actually healthy for us? Is the amount of stress that we carry day in and day out, is that God's design for us? We talked about that last week as we kind of introed this series leading up to Easter. This idea of traveling light through life, light and free, and no longer in a restless state, which is something God promises for those who are his children. You know, this past week, had the opportunity to be in Florida for an incredible conference that's for churches. Over 5,500 pastors and church leaders are there for it every year. And it's become really a premier event for churches that want to plant other churches or create new avenues of lighthouses opening in their community, you know, new expressions of churches. And I traveled down with Pastor Corey. And you may not know this about Pastor Corey, but he's kind of a prima donna. You may not realize this, but we were gone for just a few nights, and this bag right here is the one that Corey packed for a few nights. I had a duffel bag slid under my seat, but he needed to check a bag, and that was after Aaron told him not to take the second bag. So that was, I'm just kidding, that wasn't true, but no, I'm just picking on him. But sometimes we're walking around carrying luggage that's bogging us down, that's weighing us down, that's driving us nuts, and we don't even stop to say, why am I doing this? That's the whole point of this series, to kind of look at what's normal in our world, normal in our lives, the choices we're making for ourselves, not choices that have been forced upon us, choices we're making for ourselves in our context, the pace we're living, and asking, is it wearing us out? And is this God's plan? And as if life in general wasn't busy enough with all of its pressure, with all the deadlines, with all the stress, now we have this new thing hanging over us, the coronavirus, right? And it's thanks in large part to our immediate availability of information to know the exact moment that someone new has been diagnosed or someone new has been quarantined. And there's different segments of people in our society battling it different ways. There's some that are really worried about it. Well, let's not say worried, because we know the Bible says don't worry about anything, but in everything pray. So we'll say concerned. That's a much more soft term, right? So there's some people that are really concerned about it, and that's evident in that they're losing their minds. There's others that are, you know, more measurably watching the news closely, watching things happen, stocking up on supplies just in case. Then there's others that are oblivious, right? You know, they're not paying any attention. They're not doing anything differently. They don't really even care what's going on. And then there's people